today we're at a temple called Wat Intharam, and this is a temple that is well known in Bangkok for dedication to Thaksin the Great. Thaksin the Great was the first ruler of modern Thailand and brought the country together. So this has got to be a very old part of the temple. This building, you can tell from the architectural style, the colors, and so on, particularly this front, that it's very old. Right now it's closed, it's not accessible, so we can't go inside. And here's another smaller temple next to it. And here's a sign that goes to the pier. Okay, so that brings up why a temple here. So in Thonburi, after Ayutthaya was sacked and destroyed, they needed a new capital. So Thonburi was on the south side of the Chao Phraya River, and it was well defensible. So Thaksin established a fortress there and became the new city. And eventually across the river it expanded to Krung Thep, and that is now Bangkok. This is a statue of Thaksin the Great. He joined the royal court as a young man and eventually became the governor of Tak, which is sort of northwest of Bangkok. And in that time, Ayutthaya was the capital of Thailand, and it was a kingdom, but not well organized. Around 1350 or so, it came about. And around the 1600s, European traders from Portugal, the Netherlands, the Dutch, some British, and the French came through Thailand. And so various kings started doing commerce with them, and of course the Chinese were always interested in trading, particularly for rice, because China had many problems with famines. These are called stupas, and the reason we came to this temple is because Thaksin's ashes are buried here. Around the mid-1700s, Burmese were very, very powerful, and they controlled the Lana Kingdom off and on. Around 200 years they controlled Chiang Mai in the north, as well as all of Burma, and they kept invading Thailand. And Thailand did not have part of Laos. Cambodia was separate. It was the Khmer Kingdom. Vietnam was the Champa people. And then there was China up above. And Laos was a principality, two brothers who hated each other and fought, had Luang Prabang and Vientiane provinces, and they were weakened because of the dispute. Around 1767, the Burmese attacked Ayutthaya and burned the city, the ancient city, and it had been in its golden days from about 1600 to when it was sacked in 1767. And so Thaksin was a young man of 34 years old, and he fled Ayutthaya right before the sacking with 500 soldiers and went south to the province of Chanthaburi, which is along the Cambodian border. And the town of Trot, which is a famous gem area now, was in that area, in Rayong, and now a beach community called Pattaya is in that area. But they had been unmolested by the Burmese, so he grew an army. He built a navy of 200 ships actually, and built an army out of the people from Trot and Rayong, up to 5,000 people, and he came north to just south of modern day Bangkok and drove the Burmese out. There were only about 2,000 soldiers. And he went back to Ayutthaya, and the Burmese were driven out after only a few months, but they had destroyed the city. It was completely ruined. So he had 9 campaigns in his short tenure as the king against the Burmese, but his generals went as far as the Mekong Delta, south of Saigon, now Ho Chi Minh City. And they conquered Laos. They got over the two principalities in Luang Prabang and Vientiane. And that became part of Siam. They drove the Burmese out of northern Thailand. And he only ruled for about 8 years and lost his mind. He became insane. He became super religious and wanted to be the next Buddha. And he was praying every day and wanted to have his blood run white. And eventually he was killed in a coup. But in those 8 years, he redeveloped Thailand, built the economy, took care of the peasants, invested his own money, became wealthy as a trader and a king, of course, and built up roads, temples, and all of modern Thailand is owed to Thaksin. So that's the story of Thaksin until he was deposed, and then the Chakri dynasty came, and now we're on the 10th king of that dynasty. Rama X is the king today. So we'll take some more video and some pictures of the temple, but that's the history. Angkor Wat was the capital, and Thaksin's general chased them out of Angkor Wat, and they resettled and it made a new capital in Phnom Penh. That's how Phnom Penh got to be there in Cambodia. Oh. Through Thaksin. Oh. This is interesting because this type of chedi or temple is very old, the style. Another old building. This all must have been part of the original. Yeah, look at this. And a monk had walked in here, so I think this is where you'll find the monks. And these are newer chedis, these white ones. These aren't as old, but a lot to see here. Yeah, beautiful temple. Revolution was in 1932, and Thailand changed from a pure monarchy to a constitutional monarchy, which is what remains today. And somewhere, I think after the 1946, something like that, they also did some renovation in here. And the longest living king was Rama IX. He just passed away in, I think, 2016. And now his son is king. But he had ruled since about the late 40s and was very loved, very talented. He had patents in science. He was a musician. It's actually an album out of his jazz songs. He was a saxophone player, Rama IX.